What is going on, guys? It's your boy Shady Mike Gaming, and welcome to another video. In the background of this video, we do have some ultra modded PC gameplay, NBA 2K21, so be sure to take a look at that really, awesome looking graphics that we're dealing with right now. Again, this is going to be another video where I'm just kind of talking about some of the content that's coming up on the channel, and I wanted to talk a little bit of NBA basketball too. If you guys follow me on Twitter, shameless plug at Shady Mike Gaming, you will know I was pretty hype after the Sixers took down the Jazz. I do believe the Jazz actually had the #1 record in the NBA coming into this game. So, there had been some rumblings about the Sixers saying that they could not beat great teams, or people saying that, oh, we didn't play well against teams, and our record versus teams over 500 was X and Y and all that good stuff. But one thing that I had said was we didn't have our healthy lineup when we were playing a lot of those teams. I also believe the Nets had went on like a stretch where they had won 10 out of 11 games, and the only loss that they had was to us, the Sixers. So this was a really big statement game, and it came down to the wire. Embiid hit a crazy game winner to send it to not game winner, but a crazy buzzer beater 3 to send it to OT. I was running around my apartment about to get kicked out. Let me apologize to my neighbors first and foremost, but it was just an incredible game, and one of those games where if you're not a Sixers fan or you're not a Jazz fan, I really hope you caught that game, because that was just a basketball game. That was one of those games where no matter how it ends, how it ended, it was going to be enjoyable. And obviously me as a Sixers fan, I wanted my team to win, but one of the best games that that I had seen all year. Now, there was some interesting calls down the stretch, and Utah Twitter, who knew that was a thing? Jazz Twitter, shout out, all them boys in Salt Lake City, you know what I'm saying, was going ballistic. Now let me explain something. The officiating down the stretch was bad. I was going to say the CPU, the referees, missed quite a few calls, but I felt like they missed quite a few calls on both sides. They missed a basket interference where Mitchell missed a shot, and the ball was literally on the rim, and he just kind of pushed it down into the rim. Clear basket interference. Embiid got hacked going it up on one play, and clear shooting foul. They missed that. And then there was a questionable out of bounds play that they gave to us, and I felt like that should have went the other way. I think they ruled it out of bounds on the Jazz because a ref hit it, but realistically the ref shouldn't have been anywhere in that play. And then there was a phantom, like the Sixers drive to the rim, miss. I think Tobias misses. Ben Simmons gets the board, goes back up and misses. And then Embiid misses a dunk, and they called a phantom foul call. So, I get it, but you know what I mean? My whole point is I understand the refereeing has been bad. It's been bad all across the league. You guys saw what was his name? Montrezl Harrell for the Lakers got a T for yelling "and one." Like, if you can't yell "and one" no more, I don't want to play basketball, because that's my favorite thing to yell. And you not a real man unless you yell "and one" after being slightly brushed on a layup. No matter how much contact or no contact at all, you better be yelling "and one" at the rec. Anyway, sorry for that little rant there. But, so you know what I mean? The refereeing and officiating, I guess is the word, has been shoddy all over the league, across the league all year. And I really hope that it's something that they get fixed. But I have to say, Jazz Nation, Salt Lake City Nation, whatever you guys go by, I don't know. That is not the reason you guys lost the game. You guys lost the game because the Sixers have the defensive player of the year in Ben Simmons. You guys lost the game because the Sixers have the MVP of the NBA, the best player in basketball right now. I'm up to debate. If anybody wants to debate, I'm right. Like, I've been saying it all year, and the comments, and this is what I've been saying for a long time. For those of you that tune into the streams, you guys have heard me say this already. The comments that I make that sound crazy are not crazy. They're just, I guess the word would be what? Preemptive, presumptive? I don't know. Vocabulary is not that great. But like I was saying, the comments that I make are only crazy until they happen. I say, hey, Embiid's the best player in basketball. He's going to be MVP. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, we'll see what happens with the second half of the season. Hopefully Embiid stays healthy. Because if he does, he's going to win the MVP. Said Embiid's the best player in basketball. I think he's a better player than LeBron James. It is what it is. I said that. There's no player in the league right now that impacts the game the way Embiid does. So if you agree, let me know. If you don't, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments section, because the LeBron Stan Nation is out here in these streets, as I well know from the comment sections of some of my past videos. But nonetheless, that was an incredible game last night, and it's not often I get to sit down and watch the Sixers, but I was very happy to finally, be able to sit down, watch that team, and have a blast beating the Jazz in OT. Team with, hey, best record in the league. So in other NBA news, the Nets, I forgot who they played actually, but Harden had a triple-double, and I wanted to lead that off, guys, in terms of your opinions. Look at Donovan Mitchell finish that layup. That's what I'm talking about, improving the layups in the slider. So watch this finish right here. Hey, if you guys notice, you can see my hands. I'm not actually playing the game. I wanted my thought process to be a little bit better. I'm still not great at playing and talking, so until I get a little bit better when I do these types of videos, I'll probably just be voiceovers like I'm doing now. But I'm still losing my train of thought. Harden got an MVP, or I'm sorry, a triple-double, and now the ESPNs of the world, mainstream, I don't actually watch basketball Twitter, is saying is Harden the MVP. Do you guys think, let me know, do you guys think Harden should be eligible for the MVP award after quitting on his team? You know what I'm saying? And basically hot dogging it to start the season. You see Gobert finish right there in the paint. That's something I've been working on, guys. We want to be able to finish a little bit easier in the paint, especially on mismatches and things like that. But can you give a guy an MVP after hot dogging it to start the season? How bad would that make our league look? Ew, I don't like it. I'd rather give it to LeBron than Harden. Even though, he deserves it just as little, in my opinion. But, my MVP ranking right now will probably be Embiid, probably then James, LeBron James, and then Jokic. Earlier in the season, I would have said Paul George, but it looks like Pandemic P is back. I thought KD had, a case, but then he had his COVID struggles, not getting COVID, but, being quarantined. So he's got to get back. And then I think he has a hamstring now. So KD's got to get back to form, but I think he's just too hurt. Jokic is not an MVP caliber candidate right now just because of his team's record. You can't be a 7-8 seed in the West and think you're going to be competing for an MVP. I just don't agree with that. Look at that pass from Ben, and then he swings it, bang, bang. Oh my goodness. The CPU was giving me the work in this first quarter, if you didn't notice. But I think, I'm really petty about the MVP trophy. I don't think it's about stats. I think it's about winning. I think it's about elevating. I think it's about improving and motivating and inspiring and leading your team to do what you didn't know you could do. Really, I think the MVP is a guy that elevates his team to greatness. And I know the comments are going to be crazy on this one, but that's why when Russell Westbrook won that MVP that year, after he stat padded those triple doubles, he got caught padding his stats to get triple doubles. His teammates letting him get rebounds and free throws, and he got it over James Harden. When that Rockets team won 60 games, I hated it so much. I'm sorry. That's my philosophy on how I view the MVP trophy. I apologize. I don't mean to rip nobody's favorite player, but it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. So, a lot of conversation about should Harden be in that conversation. And I say, hey, that man can average 80 points a game this year. But, for me, after the way that he started the season, he shouldn't be eligible just because he was hot dogging it to start the season until he got what he wanted. I got no respect for any of that type of stuff. I get requesting a trade, but you know what I mean? You got to do it for your teammates, do it for your city. If Houston meant so much to James like he claimed he did, he doesn't go out there and hot dog it. I got no respect for any of that stuff. So that's kind of how I feel about the Harden situation. And then there was another conversation now that people were having on Twitter. The Rockets are going to retire Harden's number. So the question is, do you guys think his jersey deserves to be retired? Now, I think that's a little bit different. I think if you ask that question this past offseason, I think everyone would say yes. But then after the whole quitting on the team thing, quitting on the city thing, I think now is where people have their questions. And so I think what you have to ask is, can one action or one sequence of events undo everything that's been done in Houston? And I don't think so. I still think James is a very innovative player, one of the greatest offensive talents this league has seen. He doesn't have to be the best. A lot of the old heads on my timeline want to say, like, oh, he's not one of the greatest. No, Harden is smart. He knows that the rules of the league have changed. He gets his free throws. He takes his threes. He's very analytically efficient, and that's just his game. So I respect Harden for adapting to the league and, just making the changes that need to be made to be, successful. And I don't care what era you're playing. And didn't he average like 38 a game? Everyone can't do that. So no, Harden's an MVP. He's led that team to the conference finals twice, or was it once? I think he got there twice, but don't quote me on that. I think he got there twice, but it might have only been once. I don't remember. But I think, yes, I would say Harden's one of the greatest Rockets ever. Yao Ming, Hakeem Olajuwon, those guys. I do think he's in, that conversation. So I would say yes to the jersey retirement, no to, the MVP. And here, I don't know why I paused the game here, but I just want to see like the two new cyber faces I had installed for Jordan Clarkson and Shake Milton. So I just paused it there. But, another debate that got hot on the stream and got hot on the timeline was people were debating Steph Curry versus Damian Lillard. And oh my goodness, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that people were, talking about Dame. And I wanted to touch on it really quick. And I know I'm touching on a bunch of topics because I touched on it on stream too. But one thing I said we as an NBA community have to be able to do is we need to be able to praise one guy without putting another guy down. And I don't think we as an NBA community do a good enough job of that. In my opinion, let me just, state where I stand on the debate. In my opinion, yes, Steph Curry is way better than Damian Lillard. I think he does almost everything better than Damian Lillard. I don't think if Damian Lillard was on the Warriors in Steph's place, that the Warriors would be what the Warriors are. But I'm not going to sit here and act like the Warriors are bums. And some of the debates that we were getting in, which really pissed me off, I'm just going to, because people, were just pissing me off in terms of the debate. I won't call it an argument, but it was a debate. It was like, I asked somebody, I said, hey, do you think that Steph Curry could have taken any of those Trailblazers teams to a chip and won a title with them? Could Steph Curry have won a chip with any team? I said take any Blazers team that Damian Lillard has ever been on. Could Steph win a title with any of those teams? That guy saying yes. Oh yeah. If Damian Lillard if Steph had been on the Blazers, Nurkic would be a superstar. I'm like, yo, that's some of the dumbest crap I've ever heard anyone say. I'm sorry, that's just the only way for me to kind of slice that. So, and I had people saying we wouldn't be talking about Clay or Draymond if it wasn't for Steph. Again, I have no respect for that mindset. You know why? Sure, Steph elevates the guys that are around him, but this isn't like a LeBron James situation. This isn't a situation where he's playing with bums and he's taking them to the finals. Klay Thompson's a top 5 shooter of all time. Draymond Green's a defensive player of the year. And you're telling me that they're only that because of Steph? I don't agree with that. I don't like that mindset. I don't like that mentality. And I love Steph. I think I'm one of the highest people on Steph that's around. I'm one of the people, I got Steph in my top 10 all time. So I just, I had to speak on that, because I'm like, that's some of the, and like, the people I was debating with, much bigger Twitter accounts than mine, much bigger followers than mine, you're getting likes and retweets. That's right. This is obvious. I'm like, bro, I don't care what nobody says. Steph Curry ain't winning a chip with any of those Blazers teams. And then the last comment that I'll let go is they said, oh yeah, if Steph was on the Blazers, we would have considered them a super team with Nurkic and McCollum. I said, bro, that's not even respectable. That's not even a respectable take. You know what I'm saying? So, some of the debates on Twitter be getting hot, and I just be bowing out. I gotta leave. Because I don't want to say nothing crazy to nobody, but especially people that I respect. But I gotta go sometimes when the debates get crazy. So, that was one debate that we were having, and I was just like, I can't agree any less with what you're talking about. So, got a couple minutes left here in the quarter, and real quick, I just want to touch on the slider set. GOAT edition 2, I don't know, should I say coming soon? I technically already dropped them. They're at the end of the stream. I'm still going to continue to tweak, but I don't know. That's probably going to be the changes for V2, or maybe it'll just be V1.5. But if you take a look at my last stream, it's still up. Luckily, it didn't get copyright striked. Most of them do. The main focus was we wanted to make it easier to score in the paint for the user. We also wanted to have more dunks. And I think we've done that. There was a poster dunk by Donovan Mitchell earlier in the quarter. So, we were able to do that. We still have the game playing really well. And I've always said, no slider set plays perfect for everyone. It plays perfect for me. But you know what I mean? If it's not playing perfect for you, you guys have to make tweaks. One thing I'll also say too is we really tried to, just improve the overall game, defense, and things of that nature. And the number one thing was I wanted to make improvements where improvements needed to be made. And that's what I was talking about when saying I need to make sure all my feedback is, actually feedback that I need to take into account, not just people that need to get better at the game. Like, I acknowledge, yes, it was too hard to score in the paint, but when guys are telling me like, oh, hey, I can't score, in the paint, and, I can't pass, and like I'm getting 20. Someone said like, yo, I'm getting 30 turnovers a game. I'm like, nah, it's you. You gotta learn passing lanes a little bit better. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily the sliders. So that's it for me, guys. Shady Mike, I am signing out. We actually ran out of time on this one. You guys know me, I can talk forever, but Shady Mike Gaming, I'm out of here. Leave your questions or concerns in the comment section below. Again, for this series, guys, I did make a new Discord section. It's called Shady's Mailbox. So if you guys have questions, just go to the Discord in that area and ask any questions. And then whenever I do a discussion style video like this, I'll go ahead and answer any questions that you guys have. But stay tuned for more content from the channel. We're gonna have more jump shots coming up. I don't know who I'm gonna do next. I'll get started when I feel like it. I'm just taking a little breather from the jump shots for now. Stay tuned for our next episode of Modding Monday. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Shady Mike Gaming. Follow the 2K Modding Society on Twitter. Also, join our Discord, the 2K Modding Society. It's awesome. We're lit over there. And guys, other than that, take care. I'm out of here. Peace. Threes.